everyone, welcome to another video. So I've come out here for a bit of panning, sluicing today, putting the detector aside for now because I feel like I might be able to get some good gold here. So anyway, yeah, I've come out here, again, same creek I was at in my last video. I've been here for about an hour, maybe less, and I did one pan, so my plan is, I say one pan, I meant to say one bucket. Anyway, yeah, I dug out of that, filled up my buckets down there. I don't know if you can see that. That's my buckets down there, and that's where the sluice is set up. Yeah, dug a bucket out of there, about 40 litres of material, ran that through the sluice, and that was my first go at it, so not bad. That piece up there, it's fairly nice. Well, you can see that. But yeah, that's not too bad considering I haven't even really got down to the bottom of that hole yet. Well, I've got to the bottom, but I haven't really scraped it clean or anything, so yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's the bedrock sort of comes along the side here, dips down to a bit of a trough, and then back up the other side, and that's running directly up the creek there. So I'm going to make my way up that trough. Hopefully it pays off. Looks like it's going to. Anyway, leave it with me. I'm going to keep running a bunch more buckets throughout the day. I'm here all day. Excuse me. I'm going to stay the night. So yeah, that's just where I'm running my sluice and that. Just down into that little bit of water down there. Yeah, so I'll just go nuts on sluicing, I think, for the rest of the day. Yeah, leave it with me. See what I can pull out. Alright, results from pan number 2 are in. So yeah, just kept digging out that hole a bit. Slowly getting my way to it. It's pretty hard packed down at the bottom, so I haven't reached the bottom yet on that second one. So pretty exciting to see what's at the bottom, but yeah, here's my second pan. I don't know how well you can see that. Not a horrible pan, and yeah, it's chunky. So yeah, it might be onto a pretty good thing here, I reckon. Pretty excited to get a bit deeper. Alright, just about to run my third set of buckets now. So that's how much material I've got in each bucket there. I don't know if you can see in there. These are 40 litre buckets here. This one. Excuse me. And that smaller one there's a 20 litre bucket, so I've probably got about, let's see, 40 odd litres here to run through, so we'll get that stuck through the sluice there. See how it goes. Alright, here we have it going. Got my 55 amp hour battery, two 1100 gallon per hour pumps, and I've got my AM sluice, AM grub stake, followed by my little 3D printed sluice there, so got over 1 metre of sluice length there, so I'm pretty confident nothing's going to get away. Time to feed some buckets. Alright, so I got that, those buckets put through what I showed you, and we got a result. That's what we got. Nothing spectacular, but again, it's chunky, and there's a bit more small stuff that came back in here. So we'll keep at it. I didn't even clean the buckets out. completely properly, so there might be a little bit more stuck in there. But yeah, I'll keep at it. Hopefully when I get down to I haven't even reached the bottom of that hole yet properly. I've just sort of got the looser material off the top, and there's like some really hard packed stuff down in there now, so make the hole a little bit bigger so I just have a little bit more room to move down in there, and then yeah, really get stuck into that bottom stuff, and hopefully that's where there'll be some pickers. So yep, one of my pumps is officially dead, so that's awesome. That was my plan. So I got like 2.5 hours in and then shut upon. Anyway, so I've made that big hole. It's about 1 metre long, 1/2 metre wide. I reached the bottom in some spots, a little bit further back I didn't. As well, I was getting much better gold. Every load of buckets I did moving that way, it was getting worse and worse. So I'm going to start at this end, and I guess I'll just be doing some panning. And yeah, I'll just try to clean out the crevices and cracks down there as best I can, and that'll be the plan for the rest of the journey, I think, rest of the trip. Because, yeah, pumps died. Don't really have a backup plan other than just a whole load of panning, so we'll do that. Pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. I've had that pump for a long time. It's been with me. It's found me a lot of gold. So that's kind of disappointing. Oh well. It's always something, isn't it? Anyway, I will get myself together. Try to get a little bit more gold. Well, I took, there was a couple of crevices down the bottom of that hole, and got down there with me crevicing tools, me sucker and stuff, and cleaned that out down to just like, down to the bottom, and yeah, got basically nothing. A couple of tiny little specks, which was a bit pathetic. So I'm just going to change tactic now that I don't have a pump. I think that hole can go bye-bye. Leave that for another time. Well, I'm wondering whether I should just do a little bit of detecting now, since this whole pump situation sort of worked against me, and crevicing ain't the best here, so wondering if I should just go for a bit of a detect again. Well, in light of the poor results down there with the pump, I did decide to come to detecting in the end, so figure this place is as good as any. Even though I didn't have any luck in this area previously, I figure maybe I just didn't swing the coil in the right area. I mean, it's getting fairly late in the day and I'm not going to go to a new spot. I was going to spend the night here, so whew, yeah, so I'll get in a couple hours of detecting. Alright, you'll see me if I get something good, otherwise you probably won't see me. Alright, so it's the next morning. I've just done a little bit of detecting in the creek, but nothing but a bunch of shot. So yeah, I think that's going to call it for this trip. A short 1 and a little bit days, but you know, whatever. Wish it could have been better. I wish I could have ran that power sluice for the whole time. I reckon I could have easily ended up with 1 gram. But yeah, we'll have a look at what I did get for my 2.5 hours, 2 hours, whatever it was, and yeah, I'll show you. I'll weigh it up, dry it up, pop it onto the scales anyway, because we'll see. Because I'm interested to sort of do the math to see if I did do a full day, if I would have got the gram. Anyway, yep, I think that'll call this video. Nice, short, sweet. Thanks again for joining me. Alright, so here it is, my take for that basically 2.5 hours before my pump crapped in. It's not too bad really, it's quite chunky stuff. One pretty nice bit in there. So yeah, we'll dry that out, weigh it up, see what we get. Rightio, so I've popped the gold, suckered the gold out of the water, popped it into this little metal thing. It's from a tea light candle. It's just what I usually use. So then suckered as much of the water out of that as I can without getting the gold. And yeah, now we'll just dry it out. Rightio, now I'll just apply some heat. Some lighter. And the water should start to boil off. Leaving me some nice dry gold. Splitter splatter. Shouldn't take too much longer. Usually goes pretty quick. There's a little bit up there, did you see that? Alright, I think we're pretty much dry. So yeah, now I'll just let that cool down for a moment and then we can tip it onto the scales and see what we got. Alright, that's what our dry gold looks like. Nice little chunks. I'm hoping for 0.2 of a gram. Doesn't look like that much, but I'm hoping because they're a little bit chunky that it will weigh out. Alright, let's do it. Alright, there we go. Gold's in the paper. Let's weigh it in. This is hard to do. Dun, 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 dun. 0.24 grams. Nice. So yeah, that's from 2 hours work. I planned to do, the whole plan was 8 hours, and if I had done 8 hours then that would have given me just under the gram, if not better. So yeah, it's another trip down, and hopefully we'll see you at the same spot soon enough. Till then.